What's going on, everybody? Good morning and welcome back to the Forge. In part one of this series, we forged out this sword from 5160 steel. In part two, we're going to be taking these 13 individual layers of 1080 and 15 and 20 steel, forge welding them together, and drawing them out into the billet that's going to become the guard for this saber. Y'all stay tuned. It's going to be a good one.
All I'm doing right here is taking the mill scale, pickling, rust, and anything else that is on the surface of this 15 and 20 and 1084 off. Because if you have any kind of contaminants whatsoever, the two steels will not forge weld together once they hit their welding temperatures.
All right, we got the billet all welded together, got a handle on there. I'm gonna give it a soak in some kerosene while the forge is heating up so that I can do a fluxless forge weld and keep everything nice and clean, airtight. Let's go. All right, so here we have this billet of 13 layer, 15 and 20, 1084 Damascus. I'll cut off just a little bit, twist it up, draw it back out, and then we will be turning it into our guard. Now, while everything's cooling down, let's hop into profiling the sword. So I've got the tip roughed in. It's looking pretty good. That 36 grit belt on this 2x72 just eats through it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the work rest on, and we're going to bring in the shoulders here at the tang so that everything can get a nice fit up later when we fit the guard up to the blade. All right, so shoulders are roughed in on the tang. Now what we need to do is put a file guide on here and get this tang thinned down to thinner than our blade overall so that we can get a nice clean fit up when we fit our guard on. All right, tang is thinned down to less than the width of the blade. Shoulders are parallel, tip is roughed in. It's still thicker than the overall width of the blade, but that's what happens when you forge things in. So we will get the tip to the same thickness as the rest of the blade. And then we can move into heat treating this because I don't have a long heat treating oven. So we're gonna get fancy in the forge, or redneck ingenuity in the forge, to get an even heat over this thing and then dunk it into some nice Parks 50 fast quenchable and get this thing hardened up. And then we get to figure out how we're going to temper, because I also don't have a large tempering oven. So we're going to have some fun things to do. Thank y'all for sticking around to the end of the video. Like, subscribe, comment, share the video maybe. I don't know. Do whatever y'all want to. Y'all have a nice day.